Yo, what's up guys? Josh FX here, man. Back with another video. Really excited for today's video, man. Super important concept that's going to be backtesting. What is backtesting, guys? For a lot of you newer guys, backtesting is basically just going to the past and replaying past data to try and simulate like how we would actually trade in today's environment. Basically, by doing this, we're able to get like practice for today's markets without actually having to risk real money. So it's like a super important step, guys, and you can backtest years of data. So I recommend to everybody that like you actually backtest for like even an hour a day can make a huge step in your trading journey. Like I'm telling you guys, if you backtest for like 3 months straight, you'll see like a dramatic increase. It's actually ridiculous. But yeah, let's get straight to actually backtesting. So guys, now let's actually get into backtesting. The first step of that is going to be just finding out what you want to trade. Obviously, if you have some pair in mind or some futures, commodity, crypto, anything like that, you can just backtest any type of data on TradingView. This app is amazing. But yeah, I mean, as you guys know, I only like to trade Euro USD, so we're just going to be backtesting on that. So all we have to do, guys, is use this replay feature to find like some random point in the past. It doesn't really matter when, and then we just start backtesting from there. So let's literally dive into how to do that. Real quick, guys, if you guys want to use this replay feature, this is like amazing. It does unfortunately cost money. I think TradingView is the cheapest like market replay software that there is. I think it's like $15 a month. I'm gonna see if I manage to find like a discount code. I'll link it in the description. Y'all can just use that if you want to sign up and actually like start practicing on TradingView. But yeah, I fully recommend this, guys. There's like some other good websites and stuff. There's like FX Replay, but it's a bit more expensive. So you can just stick with TradingView. It's completely like it's literally the cheapest option for a reason because it's just so good. Now, guys, what you're gonna do is hop on your pair of choice and you're just gonna start setting up your charts. So what do I mean by setting up my charts? Basically, guys, I mean by identifying valid zones of support and resistance and noting which way our market bias is right now. Right now, a lot of you guys I've noticed have this problem with support and resistance where you think like everything is support and resistance, right? You guys just start placing lines like everywhere, like any single point you see. And this is not how we like actually properly draw on support and resistance, guys. All that this creates is just a cluttered chart where like you don't really know when and where to trade because there's so many zones. So what we're actually looking for, guys, is real zones that have a lot of value and like are very important. A quick tip that I can give you guys to identify the zones. There's two cool tips I can give you guys for identifying the zones. One is you can go to over here on TradingView, the candles feature, and just make this a line chart. And this actually helps you like accurately identify important zones because this is really cool, right? As you can see, like this is a very important zone. It got hit against a bunch of times, right? Like this is a very important zone down here. Is it like got hit against and then turns into resistance right here? Or yeah, exactly. And then yeah, obviously like depending on the time frame you're on, the zone will like increase or decrease by importance. A good rule of thumb, guys, is like the higher the time frame, the more important the zone is going to be. So always keep that in mind. A 4-hour zone is much more important than some 5-minute zone because the 5-minute, as you can see, is going to create a bunch of zones everywhere, right? While the 4-hour is only going to give you zones on like really important places of supply and demand. So that's a good rule of thumb to keep in mind. If you guys are interested in seeing exactly how like I set up my trading view and everything, I'll leave it linked below. I have like all the tools and time frames I use, so you guys can just copy mine if you guys are interested in doing that. But another cool thing that we could use for support and resistance, guys, is just these key levels. Basically, guys, the banks like to trade around these whole numbers, right? So if a zone is on a whole number, guys, it generally is going to hold a bit more importance on a zone not on a whole number. So that's another cool thing we can keep in mind. But let me show you guys exactly how I would set up this chart. Personally, I would put a zone down here. Very important zone, guys. As you can see, we've only hit against this like once recently, and the last time was literally like 3 months ago. So I know this is a very important area of value. And then my other zone would probably be somewhere around here because this is like a very important zone. As we could see, guys, this was like a huge spot where we kept testing against a bunch of times in the past. So we know that if price is going to trend upwards, this is probably going to be an important area of value. So guys, now I'm going to hop on the 1 hour, see if I can identify any more zones. As we can see, guys, there is sort of a zone right here. This is a very nice little level of resistance. So we can see, guys, every single time we're hitting against this, we've held completely. So if my overall bias was down and I got some sell confirmation, I could see myself selling right here. So guys, now how do we determine overall bias? Bias is determined basically, guys, by seeing which way our chart is trending. As we can see, guys, this chart is trending very strongly downwards. We're following this trend line down. So we should only be looking for sells in general. And right now, guys, even though price is already very extended downwards, I can see price right here either going down, maybe retesting the zone before continuing upwards again, or maybe from here it'll just break upwards. So what we're gonna do, guys, is hop on a 5-minute time frame and see if this gives us some sell or buy confirmation, and then I'm gonna make a decision based off that. So all we have to do now is hop on our 5-minute time frame, play the chart along, and I'll let you guys know if I saw an entry. Okay, boom, just like that, guys, we get a super nice sell confirmation entry. As we can see, we get this massive bearish engulfing after these like huge green momentum candles. What this was basically doing, guys, is these like original green candles were just trying to fake people into buying the chart. But then we just get this like massive sell confirmation to print. And as we can see, it's on a massive zone of resistance right here, right? We've hit against this for over 3 times now. This is like our 4th hit. So it tells me that this is a very valid place to sell. So guys, all we would have to do is hop in for a short. Right here after this bearish engulfing is when you get in. You put your stop loss right above these highs, obviously, to play it safe. And then your take profit would be all the way down here at the next actual place where we would be looking for a trade. So then all you have to do, guys, is just hop on the 1 hour again and just see exactly how your trade would have played out.
Order filled.
Boom, just like that, guys, your trade would literally be cashed. It's actually crazy like how simple it is when you just like get down to it and you just start practicing. So now, guys, all you have to do is just react to the market, react to what the market's doing. So what is the market doing here? We know that it's double touching against this zone at the bottom. And we know that a very common candlestick pattern that likes to form is a double bottom. So if price would test a bit deeper, I could see myself either getting in for a buy, or this could just be making a higher low before continuing downwards for the sell. So we have to be wary of both options, guys. Now all we're gonna have to do is, once again, you just identify your bias. Identify that, hey, price could move in either of these two directions on this zone of value. So all you have to do is literally just scope down to whatever time frame you want to use for entries, either the 5, the 1 minute, the 3 minute, anything you guys want to use, and just wait for price to give you an actual entry confirmation. All right, guys, a bit forward now in time, but look at how nice this is. Price literally perfectly retests against this and creates an insane double bottom. Like, look how crazy this is. This exact zone of value, and it's near a whole number, by the way. Look, 1.154. That tells me that this is an insanely respected zone. And look how hard we respect this. The second we hit against this zone, we get this massive bullish candle up. So we could literally get in for our buy right here. Like, this would already be an ideal place to buy. So that's like one example of a way we could enter this trade. But the cool thing about trading, guys, and backtesting is that you could actually be a bit more patient and see all the different types of ways you could enter a trade. So like, before we keep playing this trade out, like before we see if the trade would have actually won, let me show you guys all the way we could enter this trade. So guys, on the 5 minute, I'm seeing a variety of ways, right? Right here, we could enter off this bullish engulfing. So let's literally keep counting. I'll put it up on the screen. We could enter off this bullish engulfing. We could enter off these 3 white soldiers pattern. We could enter off this 3 white soldiers pattern. We could enter off this break right here, and then it turns into support, as you can see right here. There's literally on the 5 minute, boom, that's 4 ways to enter this trade completely for free. You could even enter on a momentum trade off this candle because price might retest this fair value gap and then continue upwards. It's insane, guys, but you could also hop on the 1 minute and find a bunch more ways to take this trade. So like, as you can see, you could take it on the initial bullish engulfing down here. You could take it on the 3rd touch of this trend line because it's also bullish engulfing on the 5. Like, dude, that's 6 different ways to take this trade on like a lower time frame. So that's the cool thing, guys. If you take trades on like the lower your time frame, the more tight your stop loss can be, which can like net you insane results, right? So let's say we hold it up to here, which is our last zone that was important. This is a 1 to 15, guys, or 1 to 16. That's actually ridiculous. And guys, even though I know a lot of you guys must be thinking like, how is this possible to hit like such crazy trades? Dude, I promise you guys, like, you could actually do it. I'm showing you guys, like, look, this is a $50,000 account I was trading on, like a challenge I was doing with Alpha Capital, guys. I passed the first part, which is sick, but dude, look, I literally hit a $5,000 trade to cash the account. Like, it's actually possible, guys. All you have to do is literally just like identify crazy trades like this, where like there's so many confluences adding up for your like trade being correct. And then like, once you're able to do that and really scope it and take like tight positions, you'll find yourself like able to make so much money. It's insane, guys. So guys, another thing I want to mention is that you could also use like a couple of indicators that are pretty good. I would personally only recommend like the moving averages or the MACD. I only use the MACD usually in my trades, but as you can see, guys, the MACD is a pretty cool indicator. It basically tells you like when price is trying to trend in a different direction. So it told me that around here. As you can see, guys, obviously it's an indicator, so it tells you a bunch of like places where price wants to cross over. But in general, if you wait for this to print like on actual zones of value, it like actually can be a huge help for you. So it's just like a little additional confluence. If you guys are interested, it's actually just called the MACD indicator, like on TradingView right there. So yeah, that's like another really cool indicator we could use. But let's literally keep it going and like see exactly how we would keep trading like this price action. Oh, also, guys, let's say you like want to hold this trade even longer. What you could do is just like be moving up your stop loss basically as you're in the trade. Like it's hard to show it on TradingView actually, like with this, but you guys know what I'm saying, right? Like, let's say price is like, maybe it's testing against this little zone of values. You can see right here, it makes like a nice bullish engulfing on the 1 hour. So you could just put your like stop loss up below the zone right now if you want to just hold this trade for longer. But yeah, now that we're right here, guys, I think we might actually be getting another trade opportunity. So guys, what you want to be doing is always like scoping back out to your higher time frame and seeing like what is really happening and are we getting another trade opportunity. All right, guys, I'm going to teach you a really like a super cool tool that a lot of people don't know about. It's actually called the Fib retracement, guys. What the Fib retracement does is it basically is like an additional confluence that we could use to tell us like when price is trying to retest specific areas of value. So as we can see, guys, the Fib basically the way it works is you stretch it from here to here. If you guys want my settings, by the way, because yours is going to look really different. These are the settings. You can just take a photo and copy them. But guys, basically the Fib tells you like from the beginning of the trend to the end of the trend, price is always going to retest it before continuing in the market direction that it's moving. So it basically just tells us like where price could retest. So as you can see right here, we have like 2 major zones marked on the 78 and the 20 and the 38. Basically, guys, if price tested against the 38 and then went down, it would tell us that it's going to go down to the 61. But let's say price hits the 78 right here, we could expect it to go down and test the 27 before like maybe reversing upwards again after it's grabbed the liquidity. So yeah, what we're going to do now, guys, is if anything, you could probably hop in like a different buy position right here. Like this looks pretty good, obviously. Like this looks like a pretty good trade. Obviously, it's just a liquidity sweep on a higher time frame, but on the 1 hour, as you can see, it's just literally a liquidity sweep. So what we could do is hop in a totally different trade and hold this to the 78 extension if we think that this is going to continue upwards. So yeah, let's see. Boom, guys, this is like actually amazing. So look what happens on the chart right now. Basically, what we're getting is on the 4 hour, we're just getting a liquidity sweep into the 78 extension. And And even like it's hard to know exactly when the trend began, but if you put like your 100 from the actual beginning of the trend to right here, it's the perfect hit on the 78. And if you even put it like all the way up here, which is really when the trend began, it's a perfect hit of this golden zone. The 50 extension is basically on the Fibonacci known as like a zone that likes to get retested a bunch. So it's like a pretty cool tool that we could use. And when it like lines up with a bunch of confluences, it's like an amazing tool that we could use for our trades. So let's say like, for this example, I'd like to think that it hit it exactly against the 78 because like the wick is literally on the 78. So that looks actually amazing, guys. So all we're gonna have to do here is obviously, right, where we notice on the 5-minute that we get this crazy wick into the extension. So all we would do is just sell off this bearish engulfing right here. So you can see the momentum just completely continues off this bearish engulfing. And then guys, obviously you wouldn't hold it till the actual 78 extension because I mean, at the end of the day, like we can predict that price is gonna go there, but it's obviously like you don't want to miss out on a trade opportunity, right? Like price could go somewhere else before getting out. So you'd put it to a decent level. So what I like to do a lot, guys, too, is like, as you can see, my charts look really cluttered right now. Like there's so much stuff going on here. What you can do is just like constantly be clearing your charts and like redrawing the actual zones that like are important, basically, guys. So this like keeps you with a fresh outlook on the charts and stuff. So I like to do this literally every day. Like every day before I wake up, before I actually start my trading session, I like to redraw my zones on the charts. If you guys check my video where I'm live trading, you could literally see like my chart was completely naked and I just started drawing on it like from scratch. So I like doing that at the start of every day. Kind of gives you like a fresh outlook on the chart. So that's a really good habit for you guys to keep in mind. All right, guys, so just like that, like I've marked up my chart. As we can see, I'm just going to put a white line down here for to remember where the 27 extension is. And boom, just like that, my chart is completely fresh, completely new. And all we have to do, guys, is now just look out for like when price is starting to make new trends or new stuff just like that. So let's keep an eye out for that. All right, guys, this is pretty interesting. As we could see, there wasn't really a very clear zone down here, but it looks like price is starting to slightly trend upwards following this uptrending line. So that's like something really cool and interesting we have to keep in mind for it. I'm guessing it could maybe go and touch here before breaking down again. So let's just play it out, see what happens. But yeah, this trend line does look pretty good. So we could probably get in for a lot of entries, like if price keeps following this line. Okay, guys, right here, I'm seeing a very like clear example of a trade. So we can see the zone actually ends up being a bit lower, but we could tell that this is the valid zone where price wants to test because it makes this double top right here. And now off the slowing of this double top and this massive bearish engulfing right here and like back here, it tells me this trend line is not going to hold. Like there is literally no way the trend line holds. So we could hop in for another sell position right here with like our stop loss obviously above the zone in case price wants to retest it again before continuing downwards. And then our take profit would just be like all the way down here at the last zone, right? So let's see exactly how this trade would have gone. So yeah, guys, perfect trade just like that. Like it completely breaks the trend line. It does actually retest it as I thought it might, but it retested a bit lower. So it tells me that price was completely trying to trend downwards. Another cool thing, guys, is right here, like off this wick, you can just get like in for a super free buy. Because even though like price is trending downwards now and it's probably going to hit my 27 extension, it doesn't mean that like it's not going to at least respect the zone somewhat. So any single time like we got one of these massive candles on like a huge zone of value, you can just get in for a free scalp. You don't have to hold the trade for very long. Even for here, like it's still a nice 1 to 3, right? Let's say we was like $300 on the 50K, like this is still $1,000 trade, guys. So it's like, why not take it? You know, if the trade is super free. Just another piece of advice you guys could look out for when you're trading. So yeah, guys, now as we can see, we are literally on the 27 extension, which was down here, and we've actually created a double bottom. So I would obviously just be looking to get in for a trade right here at like one of these positions. Probably, as we could see, I would just be looking to get in right here, right? Massive bullish engulfing. It's just a liquidity sweep on a higher time frame, as we could see here, guys. And it's like a super free trade, right? So I would probably be looking to take this back up here at least because it makes sense for price to retest this zone, right? If this is going to become the new thing, because as we know, when price breaks through this previous support, it tends to become resistance. Okay, guys, this is great. This is like a perfect thing. We actually lost this trade, but that's completely fine. I wanted to show you guys like this is really good because it shows you guys like you can't win every trade. That's super unrealistic. I've been like getting kind of lucky. It's been a mix of skill and luck because obviously since we're not like backtesting like data from crazy in the past, I kind of know what's happening, but I am still showing you like trades I actually took and stuff. So this is exactly how like you should be backtesting regardless. But this is perfect, guys. I want to end the video on this trade anyways. This is the trade that I took to make the $5,000 trade, as you can see right here. This is literally exactly the trade I took. Let me show you guys, like, let me break down for you all the confluences that are going into this trade. So on the 4 hour, we already have it. Like, we already know this, but this is the 27 extension. I'm not like gonna mark it again for you guys because like, you saw it earlier, right? Obviously. So yeah, this is the 27 extension. So I'm gonna make a list right here on the left. This is literally, for one, this is the 27 extension. 2, this is kind of cool, guys. Like a lot of people don't know you could do this on TradingView, but you can actually just use this tool to measure like distance of like candles traveled or distance, whatever. As you can see, like there's a 200 number right there. So basically, guys, this last downtrending movement was 200 units. And basically, guys, this downtrend right here is almost exactly 200 units. So that was my second thing. It told me that like this movement and this movement were like equal, like in amount, basically. So this was like a valid place for price to reverse. The third thing, guys, is just like my actual chart confluences, right? This is just making a liquidity sweep right here, as you can see on this wick. right? This little wick is just, it's still trending. Like the body closes on the same area, but it's just making a wick on the higher time frame. So it's just a liquidity sweep. So those are my 3 higher time frame conclusions set, guys. Now all we have to do is hop on like the actual 5 minute and show you guys all the ways like I knew on the lower time frame to take this trade. Okay, guys, we're on the lower time frame now. On the 1 minute, I actually took this trade on the 1 minute, but it's like actually insane how good this trade was. So the first thing I did was like noticed, hey, at this point we've like hit against this little level 3 times and we've completely rejected every time. Second, even though we got this massive red candle right here, like absolutely huge red candle, it didn't manage to break this time. So I knew that the third time it went down here, like with even smaller candles than last time, it wasn't gonna break as well. So all I did, guys, was literally I bought right down here, like actually insane, guys. But look how tight my entry was. I bought right here on this bullish engulfing, guys, because I just knew that it was starting to uptrend. Basically, it wasn't gonna break through the zone, and it made like all those higher time frame like confirmations. So even though there's a bunch of different ways to take this trade, you could have taken it at the original liquidity sweep, you could have taken it on this bullish engulfing, you could have taken it on the 3 crows or on the 3 white soldiers pattern right there, you could have taken it on like the break of structure, like right here or something, and on the retest maybe or something like that. There's so many ways to take this trade, guys, but like knowing what I knew and knowing like all these things allowed me to take such a good entry. So like I got in right here with my stop loss just right below this wick in case price like wants to retest that. And then my take profit literally was only, I think, right here, guys. Like it was literally, yeah, guys, my take profit was literally right here. Like this is where I got out. And dude, even though it was a 1 to 6, like I was so confident in this trade that I risked like so much money, dude. I think my entry was like even a bit tighter or something. Like maybe I put a tighter stop loss, but yeah, with like only $500 risk, guys, I managed to cash literally $5,000. Like it's actually insane how much you can like comfortably risk when you know a trade is super good. So I wouldn't recommend obviously risking like that amount. Like usually it's just like sometimes when you know a trade is super solid, you can risk more than usual. But because a good rule of thumb before I end this video is if you're gonna be like trading like that, try never to lose more than 1% of your account a day. If you're really confident in the trade like I was, it's fine to risk 1% of your account in like that trade. But in general, guys, please try not to lose more than 1% a day. It's really like, it makes it much harder to actually lose these accounts if you're just accountable with yourself. So yeah, I think that pretty much wraps up the video for backtesting. Like that was pretty much everything I wanted to cover. So if you guys did enjoy it, I really appreciate it if you could like comment letting me know you enjoyed the video or like anything you want me to cover in the future. Like I don't mind making videos based off what you guys want, and subscribe. That would be super awesome, guys. I know a lot of you guys have been asking mostly too, like how I make these like crazy tight entries, because even though I broke it down a bit here, like dude, let's say you held it like all the way over here, like let's say you actually held this trade to like all the way up here or something, right? Like dude, this is crazy. Like it's insane. This is like another 1 to 15 trade. Like this is like, guys, if I would have actually held this trade to like the peak, guys, I'm not even trolling, that would have been like a $50,000 trade, which is actually ridiculous. But yeah, if you guys are interested, comment, let me know, and I'll make a video on like how to find these sniper entries like in more past data, so you guys could see like different examples of me doing it. Then finally, guys, if you are interested on like trading these funded accounts, because I promise you funded accounts are like, it's the only way to actually trade. Like I have an entire video like where I explain like why you need to trade funded accounts. I'll just put that up on the screen right now. But yeah, you basically, I recommend this like Alpha Capital fully, guys. These people are, I fully recommend Alpha Capital, guys. I know I used to promote funding traders because that's what I used to originally use, but Alpha Capital's reached out to me, and I've like actually like, I'm not some person who's just gonna promote something without trying it. I've completely tried out their accounts. Like I've been showing you trades I took on their accounts, and like obviously, as you can see, I've passed the challenge. So they're actually an amazing prop firm. Like their customer support's been super quick with me. So I fully recommend them like completely, and it's cool because they gave me like a discount code that I could give you guys. So yeah, I'm gonna just have them as like the first or second link in the description. So please feel free to check them out if you are actually interested in like making a lot of money. They're actually amazing. So yeah, if you stayed all the way till the end, feel free to apply below if you want to work with me. I have like a couple spots left. I don't even know how many, but I do still have a few spots left. So if you're really interested in like actually learning how to trade and like you like the trading style I was kind of showing in this video, then feel free to apply. I'd love to talk to you and see if we could work someday now. But yeah, peace out, guys. Be safe, and really hope you enjoyed the video.